Hi, everyone. Hope you are all having a really great evening, great end of the week. For those of you who live in the US, hope you all had a really great 4th of July yesterday. And just that you're all doing really well. This is going to be it is a little bit later than I normally do my summer series live videos because yesterday really kicked my butt. I'm an introvert and I just had a lot of experience out and about with my kiddos. And so my energy was pretty low today. So I needed to take a good chunk of time today to just kind of pour back into myself and gain some more energy so that I could come live and share about mindfulness with you. So I'm super excited. We're on week 4 of the summer series, and this topic is going to be all about mindfulness, how to not lose your crap. I'll keep it family friendly, how to not lose your crap as often, right? So this is something, honestly, that I would struggle with. It's still a struggle, but like I said, I don't lose it as often with my kids as I used to. It used to be a pretty constant thing. Anytime I was feeling stressed, overwhelmed, anxious, tired, which are pretty common things for most moms to kind of experience on a pretty regular basis. Whenever I would experience those things, you guys, I would lose it with my kids. And I pretty much, as long as I can remember, I've struggled with anger and with issues along with anger. So for me, anger is a natural response whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed or exhausted or whatever. And as is common for most of us, right, we tend to take out our negative feelings on those closest to us. Anybody else experience that? I know that it's a pretty common thing for many people to do. We tend to take out our frustration and our experiences on those that are closest to us. And it's not that we're doing it intentionally, it's just that we're most comfortable with our family. And it's easy to let your guard down when you're comfortable. So for me, it would be very common for me to just get frustrated with the little things that my kids are doing and just lose it. I can be a yeller. And so I would find myself more often than not, like yelling at my kids for anything. And a lot of times it wasn't even necessarily something that they were doing. I was just so overwhelmed and bombarded by all of these different emotions and feelings and everything else that I would just react. I would just react to this negative experience that I was having, or this overwhelm that I was feeling. Does anybody ever get that way? Do you find yourself reacting to things in life, to experiences in life? I know it's something that I still on occasion struggle with, but it's not as often. And I want to share with you about mindfulness. It's practicing mindfulness, and it's something that I do on a daily basis. You guys, I had to do it like literally 15 minutes ago when I'm like trying to clean things up for dinner, and I didn't do anything today because I was just so like low from yesterday and spending time with all of these other people and with my kids out and everything, that I really found myself overwhelmed. So our place is a mess. There's stuff everywhere. The kitchen's a mess. We just finished eating dinner, and Zachary's getting into the what's the phrase? Not the twilight hour, but like the hour where it's either hit or miss. He's either like really great in a good mood, or he's like super whiny because it's getting close to bedtime, right? So I found myself getting overwhelmed. So because I've been practicing mindfulness and it's a part of my daily routine, this is something that I practice on a regular basis because I found that I don't lose my ish quite as much when I'm practicing mindfulness. So I want to share with you all what it is and what you can do, how you can incorporate this. And this is something that I share with my one-on-one clients, with those who have done Rising Mamas Take Back Your Time, my program, my 3-week program. And so this is something that I know works because I do it and it helps me, and then it's helped all of the other moms that I have worked with as well. So this is something you're going to want to practice on a regular basis because perfection is a lie. Remember, we talked about that a couple sessions ago. And so I really want to share with you about this. Okay, so if you have any questions, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, let me know. And let me know your thoughts on mindfulness. If it's worked for you, if you struggle with it, let me know. I'm here for you, okay? So mindfulness. We're just going to jump in. And a lot of times people have heard of this. Even in my girls' school, they started this thing called mindfulness. Like it's just called mindfulness. And it is them just taking time out of their day to be still and to tune in and to be calm. My older one, she kind of hates it, which I'm like, honey, like this is good. This is good stuff they're teaching you. She just finished 3rd grade. And so I'm like excited that they're incorporating this into the daily schedule with their school. So mindfulness, you've probably heard of it before. So basically like the bare, the most simple definition or explanation of it is it's becoming aware and being present within your current situation. So becoming aware of your senses is really a good way to begin. So becoming aware of your body, like, are you tense? Are you holding your breath? That's a thing that I do a lot when I'm stressed or when I'm anxious is I hold my breath. So I'm not breathing deeply. We tend to get headaches and not really realize it, that is causing like all of this tension within your body. Become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of your feelings. How are you feeling right now? So it's slowing everything way down and becoming aware of your situation and facing it and acknowledging it and giving yourself grace. Okay, so mindfulness is just slowing way down, becoming aware so that you can face how you're feeling. Because if you're anything like me, when I'm like in the moment and I do tend to react, I just snap, I'm not aware of how I'm feeling, like the triggers that are leading up to that moment. So practicing mindfulness is a really great way to create that awareness so you can respond with grace and with love and with kindness rather than react with impatience and anger and frustration. And again, this is a practice. It'll never be perfect, but it does get easier the more you do it. Okay, so this is a really great way, like I said, to work through any stress or anxiety or frustration that you may be feeling, especially if you have little kids. Whether you work, outside of the home and you get home and you've got a million things to do because you're gone all day, right? So you've got to cook and you've got to clean and you've got to help the kids with whatever they need help with, and you want to play with your kids and you want to do things, and then the house is a mess. And I get that. I used to work outside of the home for a long time, so I totally understand that. Or if you're a stay-at-home mom and you are literally at home with your kids all day long, right? Especially summertime, it's fantastic because you're getting this time with the kids, but it's overwhelming. It is so hard too, right? To be a stay-at-home mom, and you've got all of the responsibilities at home, plus you're taking care of your kids, and it's just constant. if you're a work at home mom, it's incorporating in, when am I going to work? I've got these kids home. How am I going to schedule this out? How am I going to create time for me to get my work done and take care of the kids and take care of the house and spend time with my husband or my boyfriend or my partner or whatever, right? So no matter what stage of motherhood you're in, if you've got little kids at home, no matter what your situation may be, mindfulness can really, really work for you. Can really work for you. It's really great too for moms who already have their kids grown. If they're, older in high school and more self-sufficient, and even for those who are out of the home. I've talked to so many moms who felt anxious and overwhelmed when their kids were little and they didn't incorporate any sort of self-care or mindfulness or anything like that. So now they're just starting to practice that. It's awesome. No matter what stage of motherhood you're in, mindfulness is really, really awesome to incorporate into your daily practice. So I'm going to check real quick, see if anybody has any comments. Hi there. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so how do you get started with mindfulness? I'm going to share with you very simply what I personally do and how you can incorporate this in. It's very easy to incorporate into a busy schedule. The whole thing can take as long or as short, as you want. I tend to give myself, if I'm like really rushed for time or really feeling like anxious or stressed, like I give myself at least 2 minutes to do these steps, okay? So the very first thing you want to do is stop and become aware of how you're feeling. And you want to begin with breathing. How often do you find yourself like feeling short of breath or feeling like you're holding your breath, tension across your chest or in your neck and shoulders, or like you're just short of breath and you can't catch your breath or you're holding it? I find myself there when I'm feeling stressed. I hold my breath. That's definitely something that I do. So I have to make a conscious awareness to breathe. Breathe in deep. Let it fill you up, and you will immediately begin feeling your stress and your tension lessening. It's just the way that your body is made. We are chronic shallow breathers. So we just breathe into the top part of our chest and we don't breathe in deep down into our bellies and really fill ourselves up. So you want to breathe. Stop. Close your eyes if you can. If you can take, your eyes off of your kiddos. If you can't, you can do it with your eyes open. And I encourage you to take 3 to 5 really deep breaths and just tune into how your body is feeling. Where are you holding tension? What are you feeling? What are your thoughts at that moment? Okay, and begin breathing, because that's really gonna lessen the way that you're feeling, and it's gonna begin to ease your stress, your anxiety, your overwhelm. Okay, and then you want to acknowledge. You want to be honest with yourself with how you're feeling, because a lot of times I used to push it aside. It's fine. I'm fine. It's okay. I'm good. I can do this. It doesn't matter. I'm okay. And then I would stuff these feelings way deep down, and then eventually they would just all come spewing out of me with anger. And oftentimes it seemed almost like hatred. And unfortunately, my husband was often the recipient of that, because I would just be so angry. And it was just because I wasn't acknowledging the way that I was feeling. I wasn't being honest with myself. Yeah, this sucks. I'm feeling overwhelmed right now, or I'm feeling really frustrated, or I just want to cry. And if you need to cry, it's okay. There is nothing wrong with that. It's a normal human response for many people, that when they're frustrated or in this negative space, to release it through tears. And most of the time you feel better afterwards. So acknowledge the way that you're feeling and honor that, and be honest with yourself. Don't judge how you're feeling. Just acknowledge it and know that it's okay that you're feeling that way. Okay, and then next you want to meditate. If you don't have an extended period of time to do this, totally fine. A lot of times people don't include this part because they think I have to have a certain amount of time to meditate, and it's totally not true. I use affirmations on a daily basis. If you're part of Mamas on the Rise Wellness Tribe, you know that I post a daily morning affirmation and a daily bedtime affirmation because I believe in them so much, and I've seen such a positive effect that they've had on my own life. So you can use an affirmation and you can meditate on that. How awesome is that? So if you don't have an extended amount of time, even a 5-minute meditation can do wonders for you. You can feel so good afterwards. But I also understand that in the moment, a lot of times you don't have 5 minutes. So pick an affirmation that really resonates with you. If you need help finding an easy one or a simple one or one that speaks directly to you, let me know. I'd love to help you find one that fits in with your current situation and that can really speak to you and help you when you're in the meditation aspect of mindfulness. Some that I really like to use is all is well in my world, or I'm exactly where I need to be, or I'm doing the very best that I can. Like those are 3 right off the top of my head that I use on a pretty regular basis. And I like focus in on those, and then I use the breathing again. So you can breathe in, all is well, hold it, and then breathe out, in my world. So all is well, breathing in my world, breathe it out. Okay, so it's something as simple as that. It doesn't have to be the super in-depth thing. It really, really doesn't. It can be something as simple as that. Anything that speaks to you, use it, and you will see a huge difference, okay? And then the next thing is to release. That's right, let it go, right? So bless and release. Whatever you're currently feeling or experiencing or whatever, breathe it out, let it go. It's not serving you, release it. Again, release it. And yes, it may sound super simple, or you're going, then no, there's no way it's that easy. And I totally understand because I was that way too. But the more you practice this, the more simple it becomes and the easier it becomes for you to release these things that are not serving you. You don't want to hold on to it. You don't want to stuff it deep down. You don't want to allow it to control you. You're in control. You get to choose to release it. Okay? And then lastly, you want to express gratitude. You always want to end mindfulness with expressing gratitude, because everything happens for a reason, and you're in your current experience and your current situation for a reason, to learn, to grow, to thrive, to whatever the reason may be. It's happening for a reason. So express gratitude for it. Even if you don't understand it at the moment, like, thank you so much for this lesson, or thank you for the ability to breathe deeply, or, it can be something simple. I know I spoke on gratitude, I believe it was two series ago. So look up week 2, and it's all about gratitude and how you can begin a gratitude practice if you're looking for ways to go more on that. But I totally believe in gratitude as well. It's so powerful. And just everything that you're experiencing, like I said, it happens for a reason, so express gratitude for it. So that is what I do with mindfulness, and that is what I recommend to all of the moms that I coach and that I, chat with, is if you're struggling with this, with, reacting instead of responding with love and kindness, and you're just feeling overwhelmed, mindfulness can really help you to not lose it as often. It really, really can. And if you do find yourself losing it, even after you're practicing mindfulness, it's still going to happen because we're not perfect. And so I want to encourage you to offer yourself grace, because being a mom is hard. It's amazing and it's awesome and it's wonderful, but it's also really hard. So know that you're not alone in your struggle. And if you're feeling alone, please reach out to me. I don't want you to feel like you're alone at all in this, okay? Know that I understand what you're going through and I will never judge you. Nope, no judgment from me. Because, you know, we're all doing the very best that we can and we're not going to be perfect. So know that I'm here for you and that I will cheer you on and encourage you all along the way. All right, ladies, I am going to go ahead and say good night for now. Thank you so, so much for joining me. Let me know your thoughts on this. How do you feel about mindfulness? Do you feel like it helps you? Do you feel like you struggle with it? Are you needing help with your affirmations? Let me know. Reach out to me because I'm here for you. All right, sending you all lots of love. Have a great rest of your night and an awesome weekend. Bye.